What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If at any moment during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you got something to say, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Let's get into this. Today, we're going to review a couple of clips from Tony Gaskins. If you don't know who he is, he's a great man of God. He's a content creator. He's a coach. He's a mentor. Right, he's a great husband, great father, all of the above. Right, shout out to Tony, puts out great content, doing a great thing, doing great things in the world. Period. Right, and I agree with majority of the things that he says. Right, so let me begin by saying that shout out to Tony Gaskins. If you see this, brother, I love you. Keep up the good work. Now, in this video right here, we're going to review a couple of clips of him speaking out about how he feels women should be more independent and they've got work to do, so on and so forth. We're going to watch these clips and I'm going to break this all the way down. Let's get into this.
See, the thing about it is today, a lot of women want to be half of a person, half of an adult, and expect the man to be the other half. A relationship is not to complete you. A relationship is to complement you. If you can't get an education or get a certification or get a trade and you can't make enough money to live on your own, to pay for your own rent, pay for your own transportation, pay for your own phone bill, pay for your own insurance, then there's a problem there. And that's where your focus need to be. Your focus need not be on a relationship if you can't take care of yourself. If you haven't figured out a way to earn enough money to take care of yourself, a relationship should not be your main focus. Now, if a relationship comes, that's different, but that shouldn't be your focus. Because when you can't figure out a way to take care of yourself, you become susceptible to abuse. You become susceptible to control. You got to have somebody say, well, Tony, your wife is a stay-at-home mom. My wife has a master's degree. So if she needed to go get a job in medical research, or if she needed to go back to school, if she needed to just work a regular job, she could do sales and make money, good money.
All right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. Check this out. Cool. I believe that women should be able to take care of themselves, right? Women should be able to pay their own bills. Women should have their things in order, right? The thing about it is this, though. What a lot of men have to realize is, especially, I believe Tony's been married for probably close to 20 years, or he's been with his wife for close to 20 years, somewhere in there, right? What a lot of these men have to realize is this. They have found great women to bond with. They have found great women to bond with, especially within the Black culture, right? They have found great women to bond with. Now, the thing about it is this. Some women, if you give them too much leeway, meaning they're doing well for themselves, they're making their own money, they got a career, so on and so forth, they're going to do their own thing, right? Let's just be real. They are going to do their own thing and they're not going to follow the lead of a man, right? Now, he said that when a woman, is, let's just say, not on top of her game, it's a possibility that, she can bond with a man and let's just say, I'm going to just put a layman's term, that man could get away with abuse. That man can get away with being controlling, so on and so forth. No, I don't believe in that, right? Now, could that woman be taken advantage of? I mean, yeah, that's in any situation, right? When anytime there's a man involved, if she loves him enough, she can be taken advantage of whether she got money or not. You see what I'm saying? But as far as that goes, I wouldn't tell women to make money or get themselves in order so that they could build up a wall so those things couldn't happen. Or if it did happen, they can just leave. I would more so go towards coaching the men away from moving that way. You get what I'm saying? I would coach the men, because when you take those women out of their element and tell them to basically become a man, right? Because you're telling them women to move like a man. And I understand it's 2025 at this point, but I believe that video was shot in 2024. I understand that, we do have to fend for ourselves as adults, right? For the most part. But to say that they're gonna, be putting themselves, or that is a possibility if they're not making a certain amount of money, as far as a man being abusive towards them or controlling them, that's a problem, right? And a man should be in control anyway. The whole thing of he's too controlling, we throw it around a lot in this day and age. Remember, man is supposed to be in control. That's what most women want. Let's watch this next clip so we can wrap this thing up.
The show is too many broke, busted, and disgusted women. And you cannot be, at this age and this day and time, going into a relationship like that. You got to have more of your own. That don't mean you got to buy a house before you meet a man, but you need to have $10,000 in savings, so that if you get with this joker, and let's say you move in with him and it don't go right, and you need to be able to pay first and last to get out, or even to break a lease, you need to have $10,000 in savings. You also need to be working on your credit too, to where if you don't have $10,000 in savings, you can just apply for a credit card. Boom, right there. Get you a credit card with 0% interest for 18 months. And then from there, boom, you take on off. If you get, you might get with a guy, he put hands on you. Might get with a guy first 6 months, he cheat on you. And if y'all be already living together, which you should not be doing, but y'all gonna do what y'all want to do, so that's why I gotta kind of speak for everything. These people selling socks, where did y'all steal them socks from? Ain't nowhere in the world you out there in that kidnapping van with 1,000-pound socks. These people done rob somebody's truck. Walmart, come get y'all workers, then rob y'all supply. And so this is the thing. It's like I'm watching that show. They be like asking women, well, what do you do? I am a burger flipping entrepreneur. Like, okay, all right. Ask the next person, well, what do you do? I'm a toothbrush floor cleaner. Like, all right. It'd just be like brokiana, like broken knees. It's just like, don't nobody have no like good job. Or it'd be like, oh, I go to DeVry and Everest, and I'm working on a degree. It's been 8 years, but they told me I have like 3 more years. I've paid $700,000, so yes, I'm gonna be paying student loans forever. I'm just like, what the world y'all got going on? Like, y'all doing bad. And then to be popping a balloon, it's like, listen, child, you better hold that balloon. If the balloon start to deflate, you better put some more air in there and blow that thing back up when that man up there. And I don't care what he got on with that terrible job. Listen, you need you some help out here. It's 2025. And so I just want to encourage y'all, like, get on your grind. Like, stop worrying about a man. You gonna find a man. And as you see, it ain't easy to find no man, but that's gonna come when it come. Work on your 3 B's: your brain, your brand, your body. I'm 7 minutes late to my appointment. I'm pulling up now. God bless y'all. Keep your head up and get going now.
You don't have.
All right, guys, you saw that, you heard that. Shout out to Tony. Now, there's a lot to unpack there in that video. I'm gonna try to unpack it piece by piece. I'm gonna try to remember everything that was said. I wanted to let him finish what he was saying before I jumped in. Now, the whole piece on women grinding, being able to take care of themselves, cool. I'm all for it. But I will say this. I do believe that women should be striving to bond with men. Point blank, period. A woman's purpose on this earth is a man. I'm going to say it again. They were created to be a man's helpmate, a man's suitable helper. Read Genesis 2:18, right? They were created to be a suitable helper. Now, going back to what he was saying, A woman should, he said, save up or have at least $10,000 in her savings. She should have at least $10,000 in her savings before she, tries to bond with a man. That's ludicrous. To the average person, that is a huge amount of money to have in the savings account. That is a lot of money. And you're telling women, right? You're telling women that they should have that amount. Now, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of women who do have that in their bank. But you're telling all these women that they should save up $10,000 before they go bond with a man, right? In case something bad happens, right? In case the man that they get with gets abusive, or he's talking to her a certain way, or he's treating her a certain way, all this other stuff, where things don't work out. He's saying that she needs to make sure she can move somewhere and pay first month and last month's rent, right? Now, the issue that I have with that is you're coaching these women up to build a wall against men, right? And another thing, the answer is not to turn women into men. That's not the solution to the problem that we have in the society, in the dating world, in the marriage world. It's not to turn the women into men. That's the issue now. That is why there are so many single women who look great and they got good things going for themselves, but they will never bond with a man long term, right? We have enough women out here trying to be independent. And here, Tony is telling them that they should strive, they can get the bag, they should get the career education, have $10,000 in the bank in case something goes wrong, right? Terrible advice. It's terrible advice. Now, I could see where it's coming from, meaning, yes, we want the women to, be able to take care of themselves because, we don't want them to have to depend on, I'm going to say, a bad guy, right? We don't want them to depend on a bad guy. They should depend on a guy in a sense, right? Which that man should be their husband. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a woman depending on her husband. That was how we were designed. But, to save this money to build that wall up, that's where I had an issue at. Do you know if majority of the women out here had $10,000 in the bank, had a career, had a place to stay, had the car, had all the stuff they needed, do you think that these women would follow a man's lead? Do you think that these women would be submissive? It's already hard enough to get them there already. But do you think they would do? No, it would be 10 times worse than it is right now. It would be 10 times worse if they had all of that. And then that would, of course, give them more options, right? Women don't do good when we give them a lot of options. That's why, if you notice, a lot of women, those of you who are bonding with women, they like to ask questions. Which one should I pick? Where should we eat at? What do you want to eat tonight? Which pair of shoes should I get? Which pair of pants? Which dress should I get? When you give them too many options, right, they make terrible decisions. Think about women who have several options with men. They have a terrible time picking out the right guy. They have a terrible time even settling down when you give them too many options. Right? That is no secret. That's why in most of the other cultures, the father, or whether it be the father, the uncle, the older brother, they will help to vet out, right, the man who this daughter or this young lady will bond with, because women are terrible choosers in most cases. They are terrible choosers in most cases, and that is not a secret, right? So again, when you set them up a certain way, you're giving them too many options, too many avenues to go down, right? To the point where they're like, I don't need a man. That's a huge part of the problem. These women thinking they don't need a man, right? So these things have to be addressed, especially coming from the standpoint and viewpoint of a man of God, right? It says, I believe it's 1 Corinthians 11:3, the head of every woman is a man, right? Wives, submit to your husbands. A woman is, created to be a suitable helper, right? All these, Genesis 2:18, Ephesians 5:22 through 25, right? All these scriptures that speak about the position of a man and a woman, even scriptures that speak about how even within the church, how a woman is not permitted to teach a man. Think about all those things. Think about all those things. But again, good content creator, great mentor, great coach. But do we need more independent women out here? No. Do we need walls built up between the men? No. And even as we talk about that show, most of the women that go on the Pop the Balloon show are doing very well. They don't have these bummy jobs. They're doing pretty well, right? Let's just keep them on it. But that's all I got for this video. Like the video, share the video. Leave me a comment in the comment section. I could be off on this. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We're growing fast. Remember this, keep God first. I love you all. Be blessed. Started lagging bad.